Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another video. In this video we want to talk to you guys a little bit about the steps we take when we're setting up the program while we're out running the drone. There's a couple different things that we can do. One of the things that we can also do is manually fly the drone, but we'll show you that in some other video. In this video there's two things that we do when we go out, and that's create a polygon and then also do a perimeter. And now Philip's here to help us out with that. So as we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that like button.
Alright guys, so I'm here with Paul and we're just going to go ahead and enter into our precision vision and pull up the map and draw a polygon. So when you're going out there with the drone and you need to spray a certain area, you come into your mapping system and you draw the exact polygon that you want it to spray and the area you need done, where all the larvae are at. And yeah, it's really simple. Let me just show you guys real quick. Go ahead and press that left arrow on the left side of the screen. Go up to draw new area, and then whatever area you need to get done, you just start pressing on the screen and the line will show up, and you just go ahead and outline the area you need to get done. In this case it's this kind of square area on the map. Just like that. Then you want to go and press finish drawing, and then it should pop up as a blue, kind of a teal colored square. And then you go ahead and you press generate waypoints, and that will generate all the lines, all the paths that the drone is going to take. As you guys can see, that's a lot of paths. So what you can do to make it a little bit less paths is you could change the heading. Right now the heading is at 1 degree, but if I go ahead and change that, try and bring it up to, I think 90 is the max it can go, so I'm going to go ahead and say 85, and we'll see what that gets us. Generate waypoints. Okay, so it's a lot less waypoints and they're longer, so it's going to be a bit smoother of a treatment. It's not going to be stopping so often to turn around and go back. That's a pretty big area.
Let me explain these waypoints real fast. This is actually the path that the drone's going to take as it's spraying. So each one of these little lines is the path that it's going to take, and once it gets to the end it'll stop spraying, go to the next one, and then start heading back on the next line. So that's what Phillips means by waypoints.
That's correct, yeah. So like Paul was just mentioning, each waypoint represents a path that the drone is going to take and it's going to be spraying. So like I was just saying, changing the heading is going to greatly reduce, depending on the shape of the polygon, it's going to reduce the amount of waypoints that there are. So it's less work for the drone, and it's not chopping the mission up as much. So this is good right here.
A lot of times we use these for ponds that have heavy vegetation, or areas like this, sloughs, marsh areas. But now that Philip has made this out, we're going to show you guys a little video on kind of what it looks like when the drone is out there spraying one of these polygons and going through its waypoints. Alright, so as you just saw, the drone did what it was supposed to do. It went through each waypoint. It stopped spraying as it transitioned from one waypoint to the next, and then the sprayer kicked back on and kept going. and it covered a pretty good amount of area. We set the speed to a speed that was good for us, which helped us put out actually 10 pounds per acre during this treatment. Now we're going to get into another type of way that we can use the drone, and Philip's going to talk to you a little bit about the perimeter treating.
Right on. All right, so yeah, like Paul was just mentioning, we just got that polygon done, and that's great for large areas, small areas, any area you need to get done where pretty much the whole spot needs to get treated, right? So if you have a pond with lots of vegetation in it, that's what you want to do. However, if you have a pond that is just open water in the middle and you just want to get the edges sprayed, for instance, you know, this area right here, just the edges generally get larvae in it. So what I could actually do is, instead of making a polygon, I could come over here and I could just press generate waypoints, and then I could make a line exactly where I want it to spray. Just along the edge, just where the larvae are, because out in the middle, once this gets water in it, the larvae are generally not out in the middle here. It's really deep and it's a lot of wave action fluctuating, and then when it all recedes and kind of dries up, this edge is left with, you know, a 10 to 15 foot swath of water all around it that stays there, and that's where the larva's at. So I generally wouldn't want to make a polygon for it. It wouldn't be very useful for that. So I could just press generate waypoints, and then I could make a line, one path for the drone to spray. Then what you do is you come over to this arrow on the right side of the screen, you go to select waypoints, and then you tap each waypoint. Whoops. And then you come over here and you press spray switch status on. So then what that does is it makes that red swath. That's my first swath. So then you go to your next, turn it on. So you're just spraying your you're turning the spray switch on for each one of these waypoints. Then the drone knows, okay, I'm spraying this waypoint. I'm spraying to this waypoint. So if you have a circle or a square pond or something, you could use this to just spray the edges. Or in this case, if it's not really any shape, but it's kind of just one line that kind of snakes through the area where there's water, and you just want to hit the edges, whoops, then you can do this. And the drone will start at the beginning, and it will spray that whole line where all the water is, where all the water sits after it recedes. So pretty cool, very useful.
So we didn't spray all that today because it has dried up, but we did do a little demonstration to just show you what it's like in a smaller area, just going from one spot to the next as it just circles around the perimeter. So let's check that out real fast. Alright, so now that you saw kind of what we did, Philip will explain to you just a little bit about that small area, and actually it is a big problem area, right?
Yeah, actually it's definitely a problem. When the water comes in there, any high tides that are over 6 feet, the water just pushes all into that area, and once it recedes, it leaves behind these huge puddles and pockets of water all along the edges, and they all breed quite a bit.
Alright, so thanks for joining us. Thanks for Philip for helping us out. In some future videos, what we want to do is get out there and show you guys while we're actually out there using the drone and using the program, show you what the pilot in command is actually looking at when he first gets out there, the things that he's looking for, and while he's treating, what he's seeing on the iPad and what he's seeing while he's out there. So hopefully you guys stay tuned for those videos, and we'll try to give you some more when it comes to the drone work that we're doing. This is new. We are still learning as we go. We're still making some changes, and so bear with us as we navigate this whole drone situation. And it is going to be a big help for us in the future. But until next time, take it easy.